So the original reason for the meeting was so the emperor could ask about the main character, the fish version of the main character, because again, outside of the Melody, no one else knows the main character can turn into a human. Well, the head monk does actually figure out and pulls the Melody to the side, because the Melody did want to ask him questions without the, emperor overhearing, because the head monk is actually best friends with the Melody's grandfather. And so the head monk's like, yeah, I recognize who he is. I'm giving you backup. I'm telling the emperor that he's a koi and not a crap, and revealing his actual identity. But like, honey, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. He's gonna be my wife. And he's like, okay, I'm helping you, and I'll help you down the line later when it comes to your future wife. Wink, wink. And I'm like, ooh. Which, the head monk stating the main character was a koi helps the main character, because the main character's been offered a reward to turn into a koi, and he knows that if anyone would be suspicious that a carp turning into a koi, but now that he said that, everyone's not going to be suspicious of it. And he turns from a little black gold carp to a silver and gold koi. Oh, Malid. So he gets a horrible fever after the whole fish slapping situation with the third prince and sixth prince, because he got badly injured, and which led to a fever, and the main character was taking care of him. And the Malid wakes up, sees the main character laying beside him, and he's like, ooh, he must have taken care of me. Drove himself tired and exhausted. This is my chance. Now, he won't take a chance on me, because again, he thinks the main character is with him for his exits. So he's like, but he hasn't taken advantage of me or attempt to kiss me and have his way with me. Now I'm going to have my way with him. And full-on does. Like, his head servant comes and sees him like, should I disturb him? Should I walk off? But ends up saying, oh, I'm here. But yeah, the Melody takes full-on advantage of the sleeping main character. So a new mission the main character was gifted was a mission to indulge the Malade, and he assumes that's drinking with the Malade. So he gets everything set up so he could drink with the Malade. He dilutes the alcohol because, again, he's never really had alcohol before, either in this life or new life, and he worries of what could happen. He doesn't want to fully become drunk, so he, dilutes it. The Malade pretends to be drunk from it and, has his way with the main character again, which, upsets and angers the main character, because he again thinks the Melody is using him. He full on thinks the Melody is using him. And then when he realizes the Melody was faking being drunk, he gets more upset and runs away. He runs away. I am not kidding. I'm like, have a conversation with him. Talk with him. But nah, he just runs away after physically assaulting the Melody, kicking him and, biting down on his tongue, making it believe like, honey. So our main character, after that whole situation with Melody, he's like, what is going on? That shouldn't have happened. The system's like, well, yeah, what did you think indulge meant? And I agreed with the system. Like, what did you think it meant? I get it. You thought it was drinking. But honey, you really should have realized. Like, he kind of reminds me of the main character of Scum Saving System when it comes to assigned missions or things going on or quest, and, taking the whole different direction of what he thought the quest meant. But like, I was laughing. Man is like, no. I did not agree to go through a dating system. And the system goes, yeah, you did. Like, yes, it's a raising pet system, but it's also a dating system. You should have picked up and noticed with all the missions you were choosing. You chose this life. I didn't force you into it. Like, honey, you kind of did, but also, main character, the system's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. And also, just like the main character in Scum Saving System, these two will literally not have a conversation. Now, I did say back when I was reading one that he's better than the main character in Scum Saving System, where he will actually have conversations or think things through. But no, this man is just as bad. He rather run marathons through his head instead of actually think about the Melody's personality or parts of the Melody's personality he knows. No, he's like, run marathons in my head, refuse to have a conversation with Melody, refuse to actually fully acknowledge the Melody's feelings and his own feelings for the Melody. Like, he's like, I can't continue a relationship with the Melody, so I'm gonna ignore him and just be a fish. I'm like, no, honey, no, you can't. Like, have a conversation with him. Please, please, please don't make it drive to like 4 books and extras before the main character scum saving system even acknowledged his feelings and acknowledged the Melly's feelings. Please, honey. But he's doing better. He's doing better. I gotta admit, he is doing better than that our boy did. So the original love interest, who is there under the orders of the Sixth Prince, who hasn't been able to get close to Melly or get the Melly to acknowledge him. He's even been beaten with his attempts. And he's like, I'm gonna get close to the fish version of the main character when he hears the main character's human version, the Melly's favorite, disappeared. He decides, oh, I'm going to prove I'm so much better than him, that I'm the better option. Like, this person doesn't deserve the Melly. This person's not even as beautiful as me. Like, he's putting the main character down. Full on putting the main character down. And trying to get close to the main character's fish shelf. But the main character's like, I don't trust you. I'm getting bad vibes from you. Honey, you read the book. How did you not get bad vibes from him? From the book, the parts of the book I read about him through you, I was getting bad vibes about him. But like, the original love interest is also trying to poison the male lead. I'm not meaning like poison that will kill the male lead. Poison like make the male lead want to get in bed with him kind of poison. And poisons himself. But to make sure the male lead drinks the poison, he puts in all of the main character's little water bowls the main character jumps in to get to the male lead or go wherever he wants to go when he's in fish form, does it and then tries giving it to the male lead. Now the male lead, who knew everything but wanted the main character to come rescue him because nothing he has attempted to get the main character to come to him has worked in his human form. So he decides, I'm gonna let this guy poison me. And the main character has no choice but to turn into a human and be like, honey, don't drink that. He poisoned you. Which, his head servant comes, drags the person away. Once the main character reveals the guy's attentions, the main character realizes the Melly tricked him again and is like, yeah, no. And runs away again. And calling the Melly a big liar. And I'm like, no. I'm happy, though, the main character later hates himself for how he treated the Melly during this period of time. Because he's like, wait, why am I calling the Melly a liar? Why was I unhappy with the Melly lying to me and tricking me when I've been lying to him this entire time about both myself? Like, every time he asks me questions, I'm putting up lies. Like, I love that he rates himself later. Like, it doesn't even take that long. It takes like 30 pages later for him to berate himself for how he was treating that lead. And I love that. I freaking love that.